Hello, my babies. How everybody's doing? Greetings. Sending good vibes and much love. Welcome to the Godmother Podcast. So, just for those who are returning and have been here before, thank you. I appreciate. Please like and share. For those of you all who are new to my podcast and my channel, thank you. I hope that you return and I ask that you like and share and please subscribe. So today I want to really get down to it. Um, I come to make you another video today. It also has been on my heart, and I have labeled this one Women and Girl Codes. Now, I, being honest, I must say, I actually do watch reality shows. People say, why? I'm an analyzer and I'm a profiler. And I like to sit and I like to listen and watch people. Because even though you have a little money and even though you're a celebrity, you still go through some of the same things we go through. But nevertheless, I pay attention to a lot of the issues that we as women and females have. So I came across this post that talked about girl codes. And so I said, you know what? Let me sip on my tea and let the godmother speak on that. So what is a girl code? As a female and as a woman, I don't have the exact definition because I haven't looked it up. But you guys look it up and leave in the comments what y'all come up with. But I'll look it up eventually. But as a woman and as a female, when I think about girl codes, I think about a set of attributes or boundaries or adjectives that describe or things that we know we shouldn't do as females to one another. If I explain that, that's not good. It's just a set of laws, an understanding that respectfully and knowingly, this is how we're going to move accordingly based off of the relationship that we have with one another. And I don't always see that happen. Even on the reality show. So, first of all, I wanted to read y'all the two posts that I came across. I'm gonna go through one of the lists, and then the other one I'm gonna just go break down. You know what I'm saying? Each one. So the first one that I came across, you know what I'm saying? Girl code. And the one is called the girl code. The girl code. One, never choose a guy over your friends. Two, don't fight over a guy. Three, if a friend likes a guy, don't flirt, kiss or date him. Four, if a friend is in trouble, do all you can to help her and get her out of it. Five, don't date a friend's ex unless if or she's okay with it. Six, keep each other's secrets. Tell no one. Seven, when she needs to let loose, go crazy together. Eight, don't judge her. Nine, allow your friends to just vent. Don't say anything, just sit back. Now, I actually agree with these, right? But I also feel like there's a challenge for us as females to get that consistently out of our besties, our friends, our associates. And we got to think about that because as soon as the relationship goes sour or something happens, it seems like all bets are off. The gloves come on, and it's like, man, but why? It's to me, it's like it's a sign that you hurt because now you got to say all this stuff. We got to go through all this, but if you really didn't care, you wouldn't be acting like that, right? It bothers me when I see the females out here like that because as a woman representing my godmother energy, I want we as females and women to understand that we have to love ourselves first. And that way we can be able to give that out to individuals. The girl code is basically like be a true friend. Make sure that you are the type of friend that you want to show up. And I totally understand because I don't feel, at one point I wasn't. So let me go ahead and just put my dirt on the street. I definitely have did things and not did things that I should have did things to be supportive of my friends, which is why I'm talking about it now. And I've had those hard conversations. I've had to go to these females and say, you know what, gotta talk. I had to acknowledge my own shit. So the girl code. So, we talk about the basics. Never choose a guy over the friends. Don't fight over guys. If a friend likes a guy, don't flirt with the kiss or date him. And you know what I'm saying? Don't date a friend's ex unless she says it's okay. You know what I'm saying? All that in one. Let's talk about it. There are going to be situations where you're going to be friends with somebody to where is it that your ex becomes attracted to them. Okay? Or you may become attracted to your friend's ex. How do you move forward with it? My advice, be honest and then receive and accept what comes afterward and then be able to move accordingly based off of what you choose and want to do. You can't make your friend be okay with this if they don't want to be okay with this. But you could be honest to say, where is it that I love and I trust you enough that I want to be honest. Now it's going to get deeper, more than likely. And when the friendship is valued, it's like the friend is like, well, why would you be interested to? Did you know he did this and that? You're going to go down those lines. I don't know what led up to that, but there are situations where it happens. There are situations where you have a group of friends and they have two particular individuals that they've been dating for so long, but then guess what? They break up and then they become attracted, or one becomes attracted to somebody else in the group. And it becomes difficult because if the significant or ex significant others have been tight with this particular other person, tough conversations that got to happen. But my advice is to be honest. It's the sneaking around. Once you do it and then you sneak around, that's your conscience. You're sneaking because you know it wasn't right for you to not be honest with your friend, but you did it anyway. So the girl code goes down to trust. Trust you to be honest with me. Whether I get mad or not, be honest with me. And that's how I feel. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to like it, but I'm definitely going to give you much, much credit for being honest and coming to me. I didn't have to hear about it. And the fact that you even acknowledge the fact that you want them or you wanted him, it lets me know that there's some interest. So now I got to figure out, do I want to deal with this? Because guess what? That could be a lot for me because that's going to hurt if it works for y'all. So that's a lot. So we got to start with honesty. Are there situations where is it that it shouldn't even be a question? Hell no. No, not just, that's why I'm at. If you've been with her and she's my girl, then you don't get with me. And I'm okay. Because I've always looked at you with her anyway. So I don't look at you any other way. Are you handsome? You're not? Yeah, I am. You know how many handsome and nice men are out here? So girl code means so much to me was that I'm standing on it. And I'm not going to pass that for nothing because I value my friendship. So I wanted that to be the first one I get out the way because that goes on a lot. And then it even goes on a lot to where it's that y'all in the friendship, but it's your best friend that's messing with your boyfriend. Like, why are we doing that? It speaks of him that he's already low level and low class that he would even come to you if he's the initiator. If you're the initiator, you are not that girl's friend. Come on now. That's common sense. You could be attracted to him. He's just not the only attractive man in the world. Why him? Once he got with her, then he should have been off limits. But some people are okay with it. Some people are even okay with it because now, and I've shared this with my friends, I'm okay with my friends having a relationship with the father of my children. I'm there with him now. Like, no shade. Is he a better person? Hell yeah. I don't want him. I love my husband who I'm with now. So if y'all genuinely can get together and do something, yeah. My baby is 31 years old. It will not affect me. But it's levels to this. But you come to me, it's you cheat going around and lying. Is that I'm sensitive? Be like, why you feel you gotta lie? If you value our relationship, come tell me. So I wanted to get that first one kind of out the way because that is a violation of the girl code. It's not okay. It's not okay. So we cannot do that. That is not what we need to do, especially if the focus, the objective, and the goal is to build and bond with our sisters, females, women. Let's not have the fact that we have to be so promiscuous that we got to get with our girl's guy. Come on now. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. And if you're doing that, stop. It's not okay. And this is exactly why there's so much tension in our group as far as with women. And it just ain't no particular race, gender. It's just, man, let's not do that. Okay, the next one. If a friend is in trouble, do all you can to help her and get her out of it. I agree with that. Not to where is it that it'll hinder you or keep you from being able to do what you need to do or make it where she becomes so dependent that she thinks that you always have to do that. No. But here's another conversation we got to have. How many of us having these conversations? When you love somebody and you value somebody, y'all not going to always agree because nobody's just built that way that yeah, I mean, if it is, hey, that's fair. You connect like that. But majority of the time, it doesn't go like that. So I say that to say you're going to allow your friendship to deteriorate just because you guys disagree on something. No, you should be able to have a conversation and be like, okay, we agree to disagree, or have that tough conversation and say, this is why I feel like this, or you say, this is why I feel like this. But yes, if your friend is in trouble, do what you can to help. I'm the type of person, don't just call me though when you're in trouble. If we have a relationship and we're bonded, I'm not just going to hear from you when you down. I'm going to hear from you when you good, when you low, when you up, when you down, this and that. No. So those be the ones that I question. If the only time you contact me is when you need something, that's when you look at me. So the girl code is if a friend is in trouble, do all you can to help her out. I agree. But make sure you are helping her and not hindering her. And she's not hindering you while you're trying to help her and she's being a hinder. And guess what? I used to be the one that always wanted somebody to get me out and bond me out. Well, not take my bond like literally, but help me get out of my situation. But I got so comfortable with it. I had to get to the point where I was getting myself out of the things I was getting in. and becoming more mindful where I did not get in things. So I didn't need nobody to get me out of things. I'm just saying. But definitely, if your friend is hurting and in trouble, your friend is it needs to be bonded out. If you can go bond them out. The girl code is that don't act like you don't see when I need help or hear when I ask you and just deliberately don't. And I had a friendship that kind of ended on that level because I felt like they were in a position to help me financially and they never did. And they didn't want to have that conversation about it because honestly, at the time we were so tight and I feel like they could have helped me more. I didn't have the voice I have to even share with them that guess what? I feel like you could have did more financially as far tight as we was or gave me more leads. But that's for a whole nother story. But the thing is this is that yes. And it was a time when I actually opened up my mouth and asked for help and ones didn't even do it. And I know that ones felt that that damaged our relationship a lot because it was so critical. It was during a loss of a loved one that I asked for help when I opened and ones did not come through. So that bothered me. So, yes, if a friend is in trouble, do all you can to help her out. Okay? Mm. Keep each other's secrets. Tell no one. We got to either tattoo that on our body somewhere because I am exhausted of seeing how we could be so close in groups and relationships and friendships. And then as soon as something happens and we are no longer as close, now we tell all the secrets, we tell everybody, why are we doing that? And then you put it on social media. Don't you realize is that some people will only deal with you or like you because of who you don't like or who you're talking about. But if that's your friend and your girl, why is you telling her? I don't care if y'all haven't talked. It don't matter. That's why people feel so uncomfortable telling me everything because they know. I don't have no problem with repeating it. I don't need to repeat it because it ain't my business to repeat. But I'll repeat because I'm not afraid to say what it is that I want to say. But what it is that I respect my friends to where that this information stays. It's a quote that says, gossip dies when it enters a wise ear. I'm not going to sit here and post about my girlfriends or my friends or my peeps business on social media because I'm mad. And I've seen it happen so much. And yes, you see it in the reality shows all the time. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because that is against the girl code. And so we going all against it. Come on. We as women and female, we have to do more of setting more of the example. When she needs to let loose or crazy together. I mean, that's interesting. Define crazy. I think if she needs to just let her hair down, and let me define let her hair down. If she needs to get in a setting where it's that she could just have fun and relax and be comfortable and not have to attend to responsibilities or serious issues, then yeah. And if it requires you and her getting a little wild, but you're still being safe and cautious, yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I've had friends that have had to do that to me a lot. See, that's more of me. I procrastinate. I'm the only one that's stopping me from enjoying myself more. But when I do, they love when I get out and I unwind and they're like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Because they know I'm feeling it. I'm getting it. And I don't do it as much. And I am working on it. And there's nothing that is stopping me but me. And I have gotten to this point. A lot of it plays a part in I see too much that goes on out there when we're wanting to enjoy ourselves. And I have to move away from that because that doesn't mean that every experience is going to be like that. I'm just being honest. It's in my head like that. I'm thinking in my head like, hey, something happened. You know, and I got to get out of there. So, girl code, yeah. When you get your female that just needs to go and just be her wild self carefully, yeah, let her be there. And be there with her. Absolutely. Okay. Allow your friends to just vent and don't say anything back. Just listen. Even if you have to say that and ask them when they're bringing something to you, say, "Okay, sis, what you want me to do? You just want me to listen." If you're the type of person who has a tendency to be very, very opinionated and knows how to be and knows and does speak how they feel, sometimes just listen. And then when they ask you, what do you think? Okay, you ask what I think. That's the difference. But there are times when, yeah, they just want to vent. And I get that. Once again, that more relates to me. So I'm the one that get more of those calls. And I know they trust me. And I've even identified it as a problem portal. I don't want to be a person's problem portal. But I had to redefine that description and tell myself, no, I'm a safe space for them. And I love that. I love that they're comfortable enough that they know that they can come to me, that I'm going to be a safe space for them, but I'm also going to be a trustworthy and honest space too. And I do that because I love my people. I love my women. And it's like, if we're not going to be 100 with one another, how can we say that we 100 ourselves? It don't always work like that. And so I totally agree with that. And so as she's venting, you rather for her to get it out than to build it up. And then, man, just imagine what all of that is that she is harboring. And you know, the last one say, don't judge her. I can own that I've had that problem. As a girl, the code is not to judge your girl when she's comfortable with being honest with you. That's fair. That's 100. And I had to learn it. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that. And I learned that because I realized it was being done to me. And so I didn't want to do that to other people. Because think about it. We trust our girls and we feel comfortable with them, but at the same time it's like we ain't trying to be your burden either. If you feel like that we overwhelming you, it's like that wasn't the intention. And so then that makes us begin to pull back. And so we pull back because we're like, well damn, I'm afraid that every time I tell her something, she judging me. Let's not be. So these were some pretty good ones. I agree. Now I'm gonna go over this list that I found. Okay. So here's one that says always check in with your friends when they are on a date with a new guy. You never know if they need to be saved. Um, I agree. For those of you all who are in the dating scene, my children showed me about location. I didn't know about location. They actually keep location on one another and their children. I love it. Like those are the type of things that with technology that I feel that makes sense. It makes sense to do. So it's gonna be somebody, even if it's not everybody in the group, it's gonna be somebody the friend gonna share, like, oh, you know what, I'm going out with Boo Boo, and they say, okay, we need all that info. How does that man look? And a quick story I'm gonna tell you about my girl Didi. And this was when I met my then boyfriend, but he eventually became my husband. And she hadn't seen him. Well, let me take that back. He was a friend that I was going on a date with. So we hadn't even made no commitment or nothing. But make a long story short, she had to see him. But mind you, I didn't get it. I'm thinking, like, she's doing too much. I ain't never seen him. Who is he? And baby, she made sure that she went all up in his face. Who is you? Okay. And who is that in the back? I get it. I'm like that too. I had another one of my girlfriends, her friend was, intoxicated, and the guys was like, let her be, that ain't your business. And she was like, oh, that's all my business. She ain't your business, but she's all my business. That's what we need. As girl code, you darn right. You know your girl going out with a guy for the first time, man, whatever you can do to secure that you know that she's safe, girl code, you better do it. You better do it. Um, and also rescue any of your girl she's being hit on by a creep. When you run in in groups, you don't have to worry about dealing with creeps alone because that could be dangerous too. But if y'all in a setting and maybe one is over in this area and you see, yeah, absolutely, save her. Go over there and get her. Save her from it. Absolutely. I like this. Never let your friend walk home alone. And when you drop her off at home, always wait till she go in the house. I just told somebody this the other day. Wait a minute. You don't just drop somebody off in the street and pull up. No, wait till she get. That's old school. Not only girl code, that's old school. That's your girl and y'all went out and kicked it. So you just gonna drop her off at the curb and go pull up. You're not gonna make sure she get in the house. Do you know what can happen from the time she get out your car to the time she gets to her door? Come on now. I don't care how drunk you is. Wait, you gotta somebody in the group gotta have a dang on sense of common. Now this is something that I feel like is deep too. And this is a really tough conversation. And the thing is this is that it happens whether we want to talk about it or not. On this particular post, the code goes: if a girl's outfit is malfunctioning, if her boobs is out. I'm gonna even go deeper if the hygiene isn't on point. Okay, how do we have these conversations? And I've had this experience on the good and the bad end. And what happens is that we get around people we don't know, and I realize it's some women that don't know certain things because we don't have enough of these conversations. We expect strangers and this and that to do all this instead of us being able to say, no. You know when she get herself together, she on point that she thinks and you feel, hear, smell or whatever, and you know that she not. As your girl, you're supposed to tell her. Not have her go with you and then let her be the butt of the joke because you know somebody else gonna notice. Why do y'all do that? Okay, so you're not that person's friend. If you were that person's friend, you wouldn't let them. Now, if they become rebellious after you share with them and be mindful of your delivery, then yeah, let them go through the experience because you did your part and you did it genuinely and sincerely. But they chose to get in their feelings because you're trying to be honest. It happens. But if they can receive and embrace and say, guess what? Man, thank you, sis, for putting me into it. Let me go get myself together. It happens to the best of us. I was watching something or reading something and we talked about the girl code. And this what made me want to make this video. Because I agree The thing is this is that you can have tightest bonds with females, with relationships, be like, man, that's my ace bone coon, that's my wife, and this and that. And when something happens, you will be amazed, shocked, and even just downright disappointed because why are y'all acting like that? And y'all was just thick as thieves. You obviously don't know the girl code, or you don't live by it, or you don't honor it or respect it. We're going to definitely need one another in these days and times. We're going to need one another to help one another. And so that means we got to start abiding by the girl code, honoring them, not talking behind one another's back, not being secretly in huddles, you know what I'm saying, bringing tension between other friends. No. If you're unhappy with something, you feel some type of way, your feelings is hurt, you feel disrespect, have that conversation. Come on. We got to do that. These young ones is coming behind us, and that's why their tension is so thick with one another because man, they battling over who gonna get the girl and who gonna get the money. I mean, who gonna get the guy and who gonna get the money. I'm exhausted seeing it, but I also know I did my share, and I played my part. So I'm glad that I have this godmother energy because it is part of my purpose, my calling, as well as my duty, my honor to be able to be a source of peace and harmony, knowledge and wisdom for the ones coming behind me and say, I've been there, done that. I get it. I done cussed her out. I done put my hands on her. I done, man, oh, not okay. I've lost good friendships because of it. So be mindful and know that the girl code is there for a reason. And so you ask yourself, are you living by it? Well, I'm going to get ready to end this episode of the Godmother Podcast. Don't forget, check out my book if you have not gotten it. We got the Set Your Ship to Sale available at Amazon, paperback as well as hard copy. And then we have Lady and the Triumph, also available on Amazon. But you can also reach out to me. Email is in my bio, or you can go through the link and I can actually send you a copy, whatever the case is. But I want you to think about girl code. Let's strengthen the sisterhood amongst us. Let's be able to be better examples, genuine peacemakers. Where is it that we can harmonize together, we can network together, we can build bridges, we can build buildings, man, and we can just set some great examples for the ones coming behind us. But we can also do some great healing, and then we can have a lot of fun and create a lot of memories. So make sure you're following the girl code. I will be. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until our next encounter, have an amazing day on purpose. Talk to you soon.